YouTube, MFFLs. If you guys can't tell by now, by my Dallas t-shirt, my hat, my background, we about to get into the Mavs. And so in today's video, guys, I'm going to do a quick recap of the Mavs' second preseason game against the LA Clippers. And let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I'm going to give you my takeaways from the game. It was a little bit better than the first game, even though I know it was a little bit closer in this game compared to the last game. But it was a little bit better. Some individual performances were better than the first one. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just go ahead and get the main one off the top right now. And that was the Luc and KP connection. Yes, we finally seen these two play together in the way that we envisioned them playing together since signing KP. KP looked good. He was pretty solid today. Like I said, he's a little more aggressive on defense, his scoring, his rebounding, and all that type of stuff, man. Kind of went up just a little bit better than the first game. Because I told y'all in the last video, I wasn't really sold on KP's play in the first game. I felt like he was not aggressive enough and was just giving the ball up too many times. Just not aggressive on defense, wasn't getting the rebounds and stuff like that. But in today's game, KP finished with 15, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists with 3 blocks in this game, which is, like I said, is a whole lot better than it was in the first game. Him and Luca just showed out tonight. And Luca, dude. Listen, I'm just gonna stop talking about Luca, man. We already know what Luca's gonna do, and he did not disappoint in this game here. Once again, in 18 minutes, Luca almost had a triple-double. Luca finished with 14 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Was this close to getting a triple-double in 18 minutes in the first half of a preseason game. It's safe to say that Luca is ready for the regular season. I think, like I said, he's taking that next step. This dude is ready. And as a Mavs fan, I'm definitely ready to see Luca do it when it counts. You know what I mean? I'm ready for that, man. I'm ready for that. But with these two right here showing out in this game here, that's a positive for us. That's something that we can hold on to, something that we can look forward to here in the very first game of the regular season, or in the regular season in general, going into the playoffs. Because we saw glimpses of this in the bubble with KP and Luca, both dropping like 30 apiece. You know what I mean? Like we need that. We definitely need that. This is a great sign for the Mavericks and for the fan base that's been asking for KP to finally step up. This is just him heading in that right direction, it looks like, finally. So that's a good thing. Another takeaway from this game, one of our two-way players, Eugene Omarari. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. I apologize. But Eugene was doing his thing out there, man. He was actually the leading scorer in this game, was very aggressive. I think in the first game, he did okay. It was pretty forgettable, actually, to be honest with you. In this game, he actually showed out and was very aggressive and took, advantage of the opportunity that was given to him. Was looking good on the boards. He had a bunch of offensive rebounds, man, and key spots in the game. Very athletic. There was a couple times I was kind of upset that he didn't go up with authority and finish the ball, trying to finesse it around the rim. You being like 6'7", 6'8", man, sometimes you just got to go up strong with it sometimes, man. You can't just lay it up like that, or people going to pin it against the backboard. But, overall, though, he did pretty good. He did better in the first game. The other two, well, he's not a two-way guy, but the other rookie free agent that we got, Carly Jones, he stepped up again in this game like he did in the first game. If anything, to me, Carlik is playing a whole lot better than McLaughlin that we have. I think he might have made his first shot in general in both preseason games tonight, late in the fourth quarter. He's supposed to be known for shooting threes, but he just, it's not happening. Just kind of seems a little tight out there on the court. Not playing fluid, just like letting the game come naturally, because he's getting a lot of wide open shots. He's just not hitting them. And like I said, you being known for somebody that's a shooter, if you're not hitting your shots, I don't know. You have to contribute in other ways. Defense and maybe being aggressive on the boards, But he's actually known for being a shooter, but it's just he's not doing that. You know what I mean? And so I don't know how the Mavericks are going to play this out because you have one guy who's not a two-way guy that's showing out, and the other guy that is a two-way guy, not really doing too much, not making too much noise right now, man, and the opportunities that are given to him. Let's see, another one. Take away from this game for me, man, is Moses Brown. Now, y'all heard me talk about Moses Brown in the first game against Utah. Listen, Moses is showing potential. I know I was not really sold on Moses Brown. Initially, I just thought like, okay, he was a throwaway guy in a trade, for Josh Richardson, because initially the Cowboys, the Mavericks were supposed to get, just trade Josh Richardson for cap space, maybe a second round pick here and some cash consideration, but they end up going back to the trade table and ended up getting Moses Brown in return in the Josh Richardson trade. And so it's starting to pay off a little bit. Like we said before, you can kind of see where Moses Brown is starting to take in what Tyson Chandler is teaching him and implementing on the court. Still a little raw. Of course, he still needs a little bit of work, but he is heading in the right direction. Projection is starting to go up. I like the way he uses length on the boards, and he's starting to disrupt a lot of shots too in the paint. He did get a goaltend on one of them, but hey, I like him being aggressive. That's cool. And plus, it's preseason on where it counts. But I like the fact that he's being aggressive, because going into this season, I think you guys heard us talk about this before in a previous video. There were some Oklahoma podcasters who were kind of talking about Moses Brown's defense and stuff like that, and wasn't speaking glowingly about it. So I'm just glad to see that he is starting to be a little bit more aggressive. You can tell he's a pretty good rebounder. Like I said, knows how to use his length, work on his position just a little bit more. The dude's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I got to work on those free throws too, man, because he was kind of, I don't know. Shot was looking a little funky out there, man. We can work with that. Like I said, the dude is still very young. Still has potential. Still growing. Still has room to learn. All that, man. So we're not in a hurry unless Dallas trade him or something. But if they don't trade him, you got plenty of time to kind of groom him into something special at the age of like 21. It's plenty of time. So we good on that. One more takeaway from me, guys, in this game is, well, two more takeaways, I should say. So the first takeaway out of the last two I have, we talked about this before in the first video against the Utah Jazz in their first preseason game, and we talk about pace. The Mavericks' pace is starting to pick up, and I like that. They showed it a little bit more here, where it's more up and down. It gives the offense an opportunity to attack first without the defense setting themselves up. I like that a lot because I feel like Luca and those guys can be a little bit more better, a little more potent in a more up-tempo offense. Like I said a million times, not saying you got to be the 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns, but just pick it up a little bit. Us being in the bottom half of fast breaks and pace over the last like 6, 7, 8 years under Rick Carlisle, this is like a breath of fresh air for these guys, man. Just being able to me, I feel like you doing it, you can have a little fun. You know what I mean? You're not being handcuffed, you're not being held back. You're just playing loose and free. And sometimes that's best for young guys, man, when you just let them loose. Not saying they just going out there doing crazy stuff or anything, but just kind of open it up a little bit, man. So that way they can create a little bit more. They can be a little bit more loose, a little bit more free. Score a lot more points, can be a little bit more efficient on offense because your point guard is Luca. I never say it there. So I do love the pace that they're playing with. And let's see, this is probably my last one here. My last takeaway from this is, did y'all guys see Frank Ntilikina's defense? This is why the Mavericks signed him. You guys probably remember me in the video talking about the positives and the negatives of signing Frank Ntilikina. Well, some of his negatives did show tonight. Still needs a little work on his shooting. Not gonna lie, like a little Euro step he did, and that was nice. That was nice. Did a little crossover and a little Euro. I like that. Defense. Listen, Frank's defense is why they signed him. They also signed him because they thought maybe from last year, him shooting about 43% on 1.2 attempts on threes last year, that, they can build on that for Frank along with his defense. Frank got some defense, man. Y'all seen him out there, man. Long, athletic. Frank got potential, man. He has potential. But with Frank's game tonight, also on the other side, Trey Burke didn't look too bad, y'all. He didn't look too bad. Trey Burke is trying to show that, look, I belong on this team. Because you guys heard the rumors that, Trey Burke might get cut or might get traded here pretty soon. We don't know yet. Because they have to cut their roster down to, I believe it's 14 or 15 players, I believe. And so they're over that. So the last preseason game, I think, is when after the last preseason game, they have to trim their roster back down to the 15-man roster. And of course, there's a lot of rumors about Trey Burke being that guy that might be gone. We don't know yet. Or it could be Tyrell Terry, because he hasn't been playing. He only played one game in the summer league and hasn't played at all yet in the preseason. Of course, he's away from the team for personal reasons. He was away from the team last year for personal reasons. So it's kind of hard to say what they're going to do with that situation. But yeah, the Frank and Trey Burke battle, man, it seems to be real. Like, somebody is trying not to get cut. But listen, man, that boy Frank defense, though. Oh my God. Listen, I love it. I love it. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a short recap of the Mavs game. Not a lot to take away. Like I said, the Mavs played a little bit better on defense. The pace was a little bit faster. There are some guys who didn't show up in the first game that showed up in this game. That's a huge positive. Like I said, because Frank didn't play in the first game. So guys like KP, Eugene, guys like that who didn't have really good games or had okay games, who had a whole lot better games in this game. Very encouraging. I like to see, like I said, the fact that Luca and KP are on the same page. Luca definitely tried to look for KP a lot in this game, which is what he's been asking. Because I feel like the year of the bubble, Luca did more in that they played a lot of two-man game, which I said that when Luca, or should I say when KP got traded to Dallas, that Luca and KP can be like that Jason Terry and that Dirk. You play that two-man game. And the analytics have showed that the percentages and stuff were pretty good when you played those two in a two-man game. I think it was more of KP not being fully healthy and just not having confidence in his body yet, which kind of affected it last year. But in the bubble, those two were A1. They were A1. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. That was just a recap of the Dallas Mavericks and Los Angeles Clippers Game 2 preseason game. Guys, listen. Please, pretty please, like this video. Also, if you are watching this video or this channel for the very first time, guys, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there below, and it'll help us out a lot. And also, guys, why don't you comment down below, give me your thoughts on this game tonight. Like I said before in the first video, I am not going to be one of those overreactors. I'm just taking bits and pieces from each game to kind of get my overall assessment of the team and what I think is going to be going into the regular season. They're starting to show flashes. They're starting to kind of get this offense down that Jason Kidd and them are trying to implement. Look like they're trying to be a little bit more aggressive on defense, starting to play a little quicker. So that's all good for the Mavericks. And it should be a fun season for the Mavericks too. It should be a successful season if everything goes as planned and as well as we think it should. So, like I said, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Comment down below. And listen, you just watched another episode of We Talk Mavs. I am your boy, Real. And I'll catch you guys here again soon.